Chapter 3. The emergence of the first life, microbes. Life did not arise as something large, complex, or intelligent. It arose as microbes, the simplest structures capable of sustaining themselves against entropy. Microbes do not breathe, they do not think, they do not choose. They simply remain stable longer than all fragile structures that preceded them. Yet from that simplicity emerged a miracle greater than all later forms of life. Microbes could replicate. Every replication was a declaration that the world was no longer fully ruled by chance. A new mechanism entered: order. Microbes have no purpose, but they possess a capacity that even modern humans do not fully understand: evolutionary persistence. They try, fail, change, endure, try again, fail again, change again. And from millions of purposeless trials, a capability emerged that would alter the world forever: the ability to recognize their own numbers. Chapter 4. When microbes discover quorum. Microbes have no brains, yet they possess communication mechanisms far older than any animal nervous system. They measure their environment through chemical signals, count themselves, and decide when to act or when to wait. This is quorum sensing, the first law of life that is collective. If their numbers are too few, nothing happens. If their numbers are sufficient, the world changes. Through quorum, microbes can attack or defend, form colonies or disperse, activate or deactivate specific genes, shift survival strategies collectively. There is no command, there is no leader, there is no center. Yet their decisions are more effective than any civilization ever built by humans. Chapter 5. Microbes, architects of the planet. From the first quorum, Earth began to be reshaped. Microbes created the atmosphere, produced oxygen, formed soil, stabilized oceans, regulated carbon, initiated energy chains. Every layer of Earth is the result of microbial labor over billions of years. They are not inhabitants of Earth, they are its architects, and every major transformation, from minor disasters to mass extinctions, begins with a shift in microbial quorum rhythms. Chapter 6. Why this book is called The Quorum. All life, from the first organisms to modern civilization, depends on a single principle: nothing survives alone. Life is not driven by individuals, but by collective decisions that emerge when conditions reach certain thresholds. Quorum. The birth of life is quorum, evolutionary change is quorum, ecology is quorum, extinction is quorum. This book is named the Quorum because all of life submits to that mechanism, not to the will of anyone who claims authority. Chapter 7. The Gateway to the Quorum 1. The Zero book ends when life first becomes capable of making collective decisions. From this point onward, the rhythm of life changes forever. A system is born, not an organismal system, but a biological decision system that determines the fate of the world. And when microbes first agreed without sound, without leaders, without doctrine, the quorum began. Closing sentence of the Zero book is the opening sentence of Book 1, Under the Shadow of Extinction. Why the quorum? There is no life that stands alone. There is no organism born without the intervention of its environment. There is no species that survives without support from a system larger than itself. Life is not the business of a single being. Life is the result of collective decisions among elements we have never wished to acknowledge. Microbes, soil, air, water, pressure, temperature, gravity, and silent laws older than light itself. This is why this book is named The Quorum. Not because it sounds grand, not because it seeks to appear philosophical, but because quorum is the only way life can occur in the real world. 1. Life emerges only when conditions reach quorum. Life does not arise from good intentions, prayers, or coincidence. It is born when its requirements are fulfilled, when energy is sufficient, when structure is stable, when molecules find patterns, when the environment permits what was previously impossible. No single factor can work alone. Life is the sign that nature has reached the minimum required threshold to create something that can persist. That is the first quorum. 2. Microbes build the world through quorum sensing. The first beings on Earth had no eyes, no brains, no language. Yet they possessed an ability that even modern humans cannot perform consistently, making collective decisions automatically, precisely, and without ego. Microbes do not act as individuals. They wait until their numbers are sufficient, until their signals reach a certain threshold, until quorum is formed. Only then is action taken, attacking, surviving, colonizing, transforming, forming biofilms, altering ecosystems. From the very first day, life has been the result of shared decisions, not individual ones. That is why there is no more accurate word than quorum to name this book. 3. Evolution moves only when the quorum of change is reached. No species evolves simply because it wants to become better. Evolution occurs when pressure is strong enough, when conditions become extreme, when change can no longer be resisted. That too is quorum. Small mutations change nothing. Thousands of mutations create possibility. Tens of thousands of mutations create new forms. Change waits for quorum. There are no single leaps in the history of evolution. Everything is the accumulation of unconscious decisions from systems far larger than the living beings themselves. Four, human civilization operates under the same law. Humans call it majority, consensus, collective consciousness, the current of history, tipping point. But all of these are merely new names for an ancient mechanism, quorum, the moment when change becomes inevitable. No revolution happens because of one person. No collapse occurs due to a single decision. Everything requires critical mass. 5. The Quorum is the most honest name for a book about life. This book does not discuss individuals. It does not discuss free will. It does not discuss human morality. This book discusses laws that move species, not people. Patterns that move the world, not stories. Mechanisms that govern life, not hope. Structures that function even when no one is watching. The answer is always the same: quorum. 6. The quorum is the coldest reminder: life is not about us. Humans are merely one of the youngest participants in the long history of natural quorum. The earth does not wait for humans to turn. Microbes do not need humans to live. Natural laws do not adjust themselves for anyone's comfort. Life continues because natural quorum is achieved, and it ends when that quorum is broken. This is why this book is named The Quorum. Cold, silent, irrefutable. That is how life works. That is how the quorum must be read.